Hello, welcome to the video, and thank you so much for clicking on the video. Today, me and you, or you and I, are going to be talking about healthcare vocabulary, because sometimes you are watching a movie, you are listening to a native speaker, or you just go to a hospital. Maybe you happen to travel to an English-speaking country and you're simply not able to understand what they're saying there. So today, I'm gonna be helping you be able to have vocabulary so you can listen to doctors, you can listen to hospital vocabulary, medical vocabulary, and understand. So how is this gonna go? Here we have a list of jobs, 15 different jobs and professions related to healthcare, and we're gonna be focusing on the pronunciation, a few examples, of course, and at the end we're gonna have extra vocabulary concerning healthcare and medical treatment. Okay, so let me just open up the window here on my computer because this list is a little bit long, but hopefully you and I are gonna be able to get through it in a very successful short period of time. If the video's too long, then I guess it's gonna be, just like a learning experience for you. Let's begin, okay? Yeah, let's go. So, the first job or profession I have here in terms of healthcare is going to be a doctor or a physician. A doctor or a physician. That's how you pronounce these words. Doctor, doctor, or physician. Physician. That's how you pronounce these words. So, what is a doctor or what is a physician? They are a medical professional who diagnoses illnesses, provides medical treatment, and offers advice on maintaining good health. Doctors often specialize in specific fields such as pediatrics, cardiology, or neurology. Okay, so you might be thinking, okay, but is there a difference between a doctor or a physician? What is the distinction? Can I use both? Can I use either of them? And the simple answer is a doctor or a physician. These terms are very, they can be used interchangeably, meaning you can use one or the other. But usually, a doctor is somebody who has a PhD in some specific field. It could be maybe philosophy, biology, mathematics. You can be a doctor of physics, a doctor in chemistry, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can use your expertise in healthcare or medicine. But a physician is the term usually used to appoint or indicate somebody who is somebody who went to a university, somebody who has been trained specifically in the medical field for some years, a few years, 4, 5, 7, 8, sometimes even 15. These are physicians. They have a degree, often something to prove that they are able to take care of people medically. So that is the main distinction. All physicians are doctors, but not all doctors are physicians. I hope that makes sense. So the example I have for this one is going to be, she says she wants to be a medical doctor, but she also hates the visits with her primary care physician. Okay? So if you like the pronunciation of this, it would be, she says she wants to be a medical doctor, but she also hates the visits with her primary care physician. So you can practice repeating that sentence over and over until you're able to pronounce. Okay, so let's jump on to profession number Two. This one is nurse. Okay, easier to pronounce. Just pay attention to the movements in my on my lips. Nurse, like this. Okay. So what is a nurse? A nurse is nurses are usually trained medical personnel who assist doctors administer medications, monitor patients' conditions, and provide essential care and support in hospitals, clinics, and other healthcare settings. Okay? So here it's very clear to understand that a nurse is usually a doctor who helps other doctors, to administer medication, to check how the patient is, to provide essential care, support in hospitals, and, other health-related things, okay? So the example we're going to be having here for nurse is, the nurse measured my temperature in the clinical facility. The nurse measured my temperature in the clinical facility. So if you want to practice the pronunciation on that one, you just go ahead and do that, okay? Let's go to number 3. Pharmacist. Pharmacist. Okay? Pharmacist. A pharmacist is an expert in medications and prescriptions. I've heard people say prescriptions, others say prescriptions, but I'm gonna advise you to go with prescription. I think that's the correct one. If I'm wrong, somebody could tell me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's the right way of pronouncing that. Pharmacists dispense medicines, offer advice on drug interactions and side effects, and ensure that patients understand how to use their medications properly, So that's what a pharmacist does. They usually work in a pharmacy or a drugstore, in the hospital or outside of the hospital. They can be independent. And what they do, they work with your doctor prescription from the hospital or the clinic, or from your PCP. We're gonna learn what that is later in the video. They use the prescription to give you medication, and they can tell you how you should use the medication, how frequently you should use it, and the dose as well. So the example I have for this one is, I bought Tylenol from the pharmacist's drug store. I bought Tylenol from the pharmacist's drug store. Okay? So Tylenol is some sort of medication, I think, for pain. Usually when somebody has a headache or something like that, they usually buy Tylenol. I don't think we have Tylenol in my country, but we have similar things to Tylenol, like ibuprofen maybe. Yeah, I think so, but it doesn't matter. Let's just keep going on, okay? So number 4, we have dentist. Ooh, a dentist. I'm scared of going to the dentist because it hurts. Okay, so a dentist is a healthcare professional who specializes in oral health. Dentists examine teeth, diagnose dental problems, perform procedures like fillings, which is a dental restoration used to repair a tooth that has been damaged. And they also perform cleanings and offer guidance on oral hygiene. So you know what a dentist is. The guy who tells you to brush your teeth all the time, in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night, just 3 times a day, 2 times a day, and just takes care of your oral and dental health, hygiene, and stuff like that. So the example I have here for this one is, I just got my dental braces at the dentist. I was frightened at first, but it all turned out fine in the end. I just got my dental braces at the dentist. I was frightened at first, but it all turned out fine in the end. So that's how you use the expression dentist in a sentence. So let's just go to number 5. And guys, I'm sorry that I'm not always like making eye contact because I have all written down on a page here on my computer, and I just can't really look at both at the same time, you know. It's really a lot of stuff, so it's not always easy to remember, you know. But I really enjoy your company here, so let's keep going. Number 5, we're going to be having a therapist. A therapist. Therapist. That's how you pronounce the word. What is a therapist? A therapist is a broad term for professionals who provide mental or physical therapy to improve health and well-being. This could include physical therapists who aid in physical rehabilitation and psychotherapists who provide counseling for mental health. A physical therapist is a licensed healthcare professional who specializes in helping individuals improve their mobility, manage pain, and enhance physical function. They work with people of all ages who may have medical conditions, injuries, or illnesses that affect their ability to move and perform everyday activities, you know? So a therapist, you can have a mental therapist, which is a psychotherapist, or a physical therapist, you know, somebody who helps you when you have difficulties in your maybe ability to move, ability to perform certain tasks. You are going to be calling on a physical therapist, you know, maybe to regain muscle control in a limb. It could be your arm or something like that. So a psychotherapist is somebody who's going to help you with rehabilitation of your emotional state, your mental state sometimes, you know, because you're not going very well in the head, and you're gonna need somebody to help you cope with whatever's going on, you know, so you can become better. So the example I have here is going to be John has 3 weekly physical therapy sessions. Again, John has 3 weekly physical therapy sessions. Okay? I hope that was easy to see and to pronounce, you know? You can try to pronounce those there on the other side of the screen. And I hope this works for you, you know? You can always go back to how I pronounced and repeat and just look at my mouth. I just hope the mic isn't blocking your view of my mouth, so you can see. Profession or job number 6 in healthcare is going to be a paramedic. A paramedic. A paramedic is, I'm sorry, a paramedic. This is how you pronounce one. Paramedic. A paramedic. Paramedic. Okay? It is a highly trained they are highly trained first responders who provide emergency medical care. You know, paramedics administer treatments and aid during crisis, often working in ambulances or alongside other emergency services. They receive training in emergency medical procedures, advanced life support, trauma care, and other skills necessary for pre-hospital care. So if you didn't understand that, they're just saying that this is a team of doctors, that help you in case of a serious emergency. Maybe you had a car accident, maybe somebody fell from a roof, so they call the paramedics, and these are the people who are going to give you hospital care before you arrive at the hospital. Maybe you need CPR, which means cardiopulmonary resuscitation. They help you breathe again. So maybe you need to bandage some wounds you have. Maybe some part of your skin is open, lacerated, something like that, and it needs to be closed off so you don't bleed out and die, maybe. So these are the people who are going to be the first responders, the people who are going to be there first to help you before you get to the hospital. Okay, so the example for the sentence is going to be the paramedics came 10 minutes after we called 911 to report the accident. So 911 is an emergency service that is used in the United States of America. I don't have it in my country, but we watch a lot of American media, so of course we're gonna use this reference. I think it's widely known, I guess. Yeah, everybody knows 911, I guess. So this is how you pronounce it. The paramedics came 10 minutes after we called 911 to report the accident. Okay, so let me just open another tab. Okay, fine, I got it. So job or profession number 7 will be having a surgeon. So a surgeon is a physician or doctor, you remember that, who performs surgical procedures to treat diseases, injuries, or other medical conditions. Surgeons may specialize in areas like orthopedics, which is a medical specialty focused on the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of disorders and injuries related to the musculoskeletal system. Okay, this might be a little difficult to understand, but let's continue. I will explain later. Cardiovascular surgery, which is a surgical procedure involving the heart and blood vessels, or neurosurgery, which is surgical treatment of conditions affecting the nervous system, which includes the brain, spinal cord, and peripheral nerves. You don't really need that, it's too complicated, but let me just make this simple for you. A surgeon is somebody who is going to perform surgery. Surgery is sometimes they open the person's body in a bed, in a hospital bed, and they remove an organ or they transplant an organ. That is basically what they do. So sometimes they can work with the brain, which is for neurosurgery. They open up this part and it gets really uncomfortable to talk about it, but I hope it makes sense to you. Tell me in the comments if you actually understood what this is. Let's go to example for this sentence. The surgeons were asked to always keep the operation room very clean. The surgeons were asked to always keep the operation room very clean. Okay, so that in the operation room in the hospital, nothing can be contaminated, or otherwise the patient might be getting an infection from a tool, from the air, so everything has to be tidy, clean, and well organized and taken care of. Okay, so let's just go to number 8. Number 8 is going to be radiologist. A radiologist. Radiologist. A radiologist is a medical doctor who specializes in interpreting medical images such as X-rays, MRIs, and CT scans. They assist in diagnosing and monitoring a wide range of medical conditions, you know? So, we're gonna get to know what an X-ray, what an MRI, and what a CT scan are in the last part of the video. But you know, a radiologist is somebody, there's probably a picture on the screen that kind of shows what exactly a radiologist does, but they look at they scan for, you know, maybe your bones inside of your body, and they take a look just to see if everything is okay inside the patient, okay, physically speaking, that is. So the example for this one is the X-ray results show a piece of metal in her stomach. Let's just say a child swallowed some sort of coin, you know, or some other piece of metal, and went into her stomach. But when you're not sure where or whether the child actually swallowed the thing, you're gonna go to a radiologist, and they're gonna scan her body to see if there's actually something inside her, you know, like a metal coin. And it might turn out to be true, which would be very uncomfortable and unsettling to know. But let's go to number 9. Medical laboratory technologist. Medical laboratory technologist. Medical laboratory technologist. These are professionals who conduct various medical tests and experiments on samples of blood, tissue, or other bodily fluids. They play a crucial role in diagnosing diseases and monitoring patient health. Example: the medical laboratory technologist says that the lab test shows signs of improved health after the last appointment. The medical laboratory technologist says that the lab test shows signs of improved health after the last appointment. Okay? So let's go to profession number 10. A pediatrician. A pediatrician. A pediatrician is a doctor who specializes in the care of infants, of children, and adolescents. Pediatricians monitor growth, development, and overall health while providing medical care tailored to young patients. You know, so a pediatrician is basically a doctor for children. You know, he takes care specifically of kids. How are they growing? Sorry. Are they eating well? Are they developing well? So that's what a pediatrician works with. Example: working as a pediatrician working as a pediatrician may be stressful. It can be difficult and upsetting to see children be unhealthy or in pain. You know, working as a pediatrician may be stressful. It can be difficult and upsetting to see children be unhealthy or in pain. Okay, so that is an example for working as a pediatrician. You know, sorry for interrupting, but this video would have ended up being longer than 40 minutes. Maybe it would have gone to 50 minutes. So I'm gonna be cutting this into 2 parts. You know, so the video is going to be divided. This is going to be the first part, and hopefully I'm going to be able to upload these videos at the same time. But for the moment, you're gonna have to watch part 1, and then you're gonna be able to watch part 2. I'm not going to be able to edit the whole video at once. I'm really sorry for that, and hopefully you can stick it out with me, okay? But I'm gonna drop the second part to this video, I promise, okay? So enjoy, and I hope it is useful for you, okay? And I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.